Can you guys see me? Is this live? It is not looking live. No idea what's happening here. Damn it. Can you guys see me? Jesus. Nothing. So can you see it now? Okay. I don't know what's going on. Again, YouTube is absolute garbage. Sorry if it is screwing up. I don't know what's happening, but okay. Let's get into it. So, as you guys know, Pope Francis passed away. Moment of silence for that. If you didn't hear me say that a minute ago, it's really strange what's going on right now. So it's not showing viewers on my YouTube, but it's showing your chat. It's not showing anything on my stream. This is just the weirdest shit ever. They must be getting ready to dump the markets on everyone's head and they're trying to get rid of me. I don't know. Anyways, Dow futures are down 344 points. As let's refresh this just to make sure. 348 points. S&P's down 61. Nasdaq's down 281. Looking like a rough day. What are any of the top? So have you guys heard about the stuff going on with JFK? Obviously, he's or Kennedy letting out some information. They're doing research on autism, stuff like that. Do you think that could be possibly what heads to help these stock markets crumble because of the pharmaceuticals, things like that, that will be affected, along with food companies? As you guys know, we'll take a look real quick at the Dow Jones, right? This is my comparison as to what I think could be happening. You guys know my thoughts on this. We had almost the exact same rebound here that we had way up here, right? Again, nothing to say it has to happen, but guys, I like market formations and market structure, and these are aligning perfectly so far. We'll be keeping a close eye on that. Let's take a look at the Dow. So that if the Dow's down 300 points, you guys remember this was our resistance area where we tried to take out, but we could not. Yeah, we are going to be somewhere down in this area right here when we open, about 38.8, somewhere in there. We'll be keeping a close eye on this today. If this breaks, right, this 38,000, you guys know my thoughts on that. It's going to be a huge fall. This is the 4 hour, right? And when the market opens, we're going to get a red dot right here on the MACD. That's going to be very bearish. Let's see. Okay, so you guys, there's 21 likes. Remember, at 50 likes, we will be giving away a free promo code that'll you can use in your PrimeXBT account. Links down below to sign up. You got time to sign up right now. Have it ready. Then you can go into the promo code section. Have that ready, because when I put it in the chat, it's going to be a series of letters and numbers. The first person to use it, only the first person to use it, it will work for. You don't even have to have a deposit in there. You can just put that code in. It'll put automatic $200 in your account. You can trade that and keep the winnings. Obviously, you can't keep the $200 and just pull it out, but you can trade it. Whatever you win on trading it, you can pull out. It's pretty simple. Cut and dry. What's up, Donna? What's up, everyone? All right, let's take a look at gold real quick. Where are we at with gold? Nvidia is looking pretty crappy. We'll see how that opens up today. Gold, hold on a minute, guys. Irritating cameras again. So we talked about this 1.618 being possibly where we're headed for the gold target at about 37,750-ish. And that would be an ending fifth wave diagonal. We had our wave one here, or not a diagonal, I'm sorry, ending fifth wave structure, followed by a correction, right? Just like, look at last time we seen this parabolic rise, right? That was in the 80s. We had one here too, but it was nothing like this. In the 80s, we had the same type as we're having right now. And you can see what happened after that. It was a 66% correction If we go all the way down to the low before it went back up, it was a 72% correction. So those that don't think gold can correct super hard, there's your proof. Back here, it wasn't nearly as much. It was 45%. But you can see how this was straight up parabolic, just like it is now. This is a parabolic run, guys. It will end badly eventually, but we could still go higher, right? Silver. Silver's still struggling right in this area. We can move this over now. Here would be our area to watch for a rejection for silver, about 35.66. If that breaks, we could go up to possibly 40 bucks. Right here's our low. We're looking, if this breaks, we can move this over now. If we break that 23.50 range, it's pretty bad news for silver. And guys, all this stuff is looking at if the markets crash, right? Let's take a look at, we'll take a look at Bitcoin. We'll take a look at my trades. They are way, I told you I'd be transparent. So I'm going to show you the losses on this. I'm being very risky with this trade, and I'm going to continue to be risky with this trade. And I'll show you what I'm doing. We are down 45,000. So we have equity now is 97,000. This account had 150,000 profit. But remember, if we started this account with 7,000, we've already taken out 20,000, right? So we're up 13,000 on what we already took. And then we're still up 97,000 here, even if I was to take this loss at 45,000. Now, I think there's a possibility we sweep these highs at about 89,000. That's where I will look to enter. Yes, you hear me right. Enter more shorts because I'm laddering in these shorts, right? That's how I like to trade. It's not super high leverage. It's getting higher as I add more in. We are 7 Bitcoin short right now. So I'll keep you guys informed on that and what I'm doing there. BITUNIX has closed our trades. We're closed out here. We got still that 500 bucks in this account. Not really doing anything yet. If you guys are interested in trading, remember, Prime XBT, I need to let you guys know this ends on the 24th. If you haven't done it yet, sign up with my account and you get 100% deposit bonus. Whatever you deposit, they match it 100%. So if you put in 100 bucks, they match it with 100 bucks. You put in 10,000, they match it with 10,000 to use towards your margin. That ends on the 24th is the last day. So if you're going to do it now. If you already have an account, you can go into the promo code section right here. Right there, click on the promo code and you can put in Savvy100 and that will match whatever you deposit into it. They'll match it, right? That's also where you put the free promo code that I'll be putting in there after we get at least 50 likes. We only got 38 likes, 78 people. Smash the likes, guys. I do appreciate it. And let's take a look at Bitcoin. So here's the areas I want to watch for Bitcoin. Remember this area right here, this 89,000. That is our huge resistance area. That's where we tapped right here. If that's broken, our next resistance area is this 28.2. If that breaks, I'd say it's bullish till about 96.5, which is this huge high volume node right here. So that's going to be your next area to watch if these are broken. But like I said, I will be adding some more shorts in there at 89,000. Like I said, we've already taken profit on this trade. I'm looking to make this a massive win trade. Like I said, I'll keep you guys updated if I do close it out too. So, all right, let's take a look at this. So this is the daily. I posted this yesterday, was it? Or the day before yesterday? This is the daily trend line, right? We actually closed yesterday's below this. Ours right now, we're above it. But remember, the body, let me get this right. The RSI follows the body of the candle, not the wick. So right now, the body's here. But if we close down here, it's going to close the RSI below. And then we come down for another retest here, possibly a break or another bounce. But let's see how this closes today, right? So if the RSI closes below this 53.77, we remain bearish. If it closes above, then this could be a breakout. Then we could, let's see if this measured move would even make sense or it would be too high, right? Would it be over 100? Nope, it'd be about 82. So that's could be a possibility that we get that run up here to that. What I say the high point was 96.5. Yeah, so if we got that, run up to the 96.5, let me get back to this. We'd still make either exaggerated divergence or hidden bearish divergence, right? If we got up, have to get up about here. It's possible. That's possible. I want to keep that in mind, but I'll be keeping you updated on what I'm seeing there. As you guys know, this is my bearish case, and then our bullish case is right there. We've had this, that if this was the bottom, our bullish case is up to that 136. But right now, let's see where else we're at. We're getting rejected on the 0.786 fib right here at 87.557. So this is going to be an area to watch. If we break above that, your next point of resistance on this would be your 98, but I don't see it going that high. As you guys know, I think it's pretty much a fractal. Oops, market's open. Let's go over to market open. 305. Let's look at Dow. Let's look at, we're going to zoom in. Oh, this is the S&P. S&P left a huge gap here. Nasdaq left a huge gap here. Let's go into Dow Jones. Same thing, big gap. But it could leave a gap. We still have gaps way up here. And if you want to be a gap guy, there's gaps way down here. Gaps way over here. So just keep an eye on that. Let me get this out of the way a little bit. But there's what I was talking about in the MACD. When it opens, it was going to give you a red dot on the 4-hour, which we did. But it could reverse and pop back up. So keep that in mind. Let's take a look at the... what do we want to look at it in? Let's do 3 minute. Let's get this out of here. See what the Dow is going to do here. Let's actually go into, let's go into the 5 second, just to get a look at the volatility of Dow Jones. So let's get into the chat real quick. Tommy Vet, thanks, man. Real trading account. Ronald, yes, it's a real trading account. I've been showing you this one since we started it at 7,000. Actually, we're up to 150,000 at one point. Like I said, I took 20 out. We're still in huge gains right now. Smash the likes, guys. You're at 47 likes. We got 82 people. If we get to 47 likes, then I do. Not going to give it to you at that exact time, but that will guarantee that I give you a $200 Prime XBT account. First one to enter it wins. So make sure you're signed up. You got your account ready, and you can copy and paste the promo code I'm going to put in here. But don't forget also, do I have it up? Nope, I don't have it up here. There is a trading competition on BITUNIX coming to an end, but the top prize is a Tesla or $30,000. Second prize is a Rolex or $12,000, and then there's plenty more down the line. There's some Apple iPhones, things like that. Will F monthly candle flip green? Let's look at Ethereum. I haven't looked at Ethereum. As you guys know, I don't really trade altcoins, but I know a lot of people do. So XRP is just flim-flamming in between the 255 here on the daily. Nothing huge, nothing to talk about. Ethereum just got a bounce basically where we thought it would. Now, what'd you say on the daily? Is it going to flip green on the monthly? That sounds like a big ask. Let's take a look. Probably not. We'll see. I mean, it could. We've still got, what, 2 weeks left, or a week, little over a week and a half. I mean, it's possible, but either way, you're still below this huge drop here. So if it did, you know, could it get back up to 2,300? Possibly. But it's looking pretty nasty, honestly. I'm going to look at this as a possible ABC, right? Let me get some of this stuff out of the way here. Let's pull up our fibs, right? We're going to go from this high to this low, right? To this high. Our 1-to-1 extension, look at that. Right back 137 on the monthly. Is that going to happen? Possibly. I don't think it's going to happen in a month, right? But if it does, it'll be way back here. But do you see that? Going right back to let's see. The 2020. As I said, I believe a lot of stocks are going to go to where they were at in 2020. I believe the markets are going to go back to at least where they were in 2020, possibly much lower. But I think everything's going to retrace to around those levels. I still believe that. So much stuff lines up with that. Again, I could be wrong for sure, but I'm still looking at it as that, right? Let's see, where would this one? This would be right back in here, the 18,000 range. But if it plays out like this, it's got a lot further than that to go, right? That would get us down back to our 2008 lows for the Dow. And guys, I've been saying it for a long time. I think it could get really ugly, really ugly. Let's go into the 4-hour. This is obviously a 5-second chart, guys. So we're going to zoom out. 4 hours. Getting a nice drop in the Dow Jones. S&P, same thing. Getting a nice little drop here. But remember, guys, we could have a 10 o'clock reversal. So pay attention at 10 o'clock. Will we be on here? Maybe. Yeah, we might still be on here at 10 o'clock. I don't know how long I'm going to go today. I got a little bit of coffee left. 56 likes. We got 56 likes. Thanks, guys. I appreciate all you guys, too. If you don't follow me on X, give me a follow on X. I've been getting, like, anytime I post a chart or any trade, just get a crap load of spam bots. I don't know if somebody is doing that intentionally or it's just spam botting, right? But I did put out a thing and just said, can you see this post? And a bunch of you, it was like 90 people replied. I appreciate that because that shows you are watching my X. I'll continue to start showing, showing more charts on X. Also, getting more active in my Discord. Most of you guys know if you're a member, you got an email saying I'd shut my account down and your membership was on hold or whatever, and then put it back on. I had to switch my YouTube account to a different account because for tax purposes, it was all screwed up with the company and personal and whatever, blah, blah, blah. So it had to get switched around. So that was the reason for those emails, but it's back up again. It shouldn't make any changes to what you see on the YouTube channel. And for those of you guys that stuck around for that, thank you very much. And that's more reason I was doing a bunch of that stuff. That's probably why I had issues this morning with linking it to my streaming software. And it's just been crazy trying to get over the IRS. They stress me out. They are just so... they should pay me for all the work I have to do to pay them taxes. It is freaking ridiculous, the hours I put in. And my wife, you know, for one of my companies, she does most all the tax stuff and sales tax and does all that stuff because I hate, my brain gets whacked out when I try to do that kind of stuff. So thank God my wife does that. Anyways. It's everywhere, especially crypto videos. Yeah, I mean, it is, but it just seems a lot worse than normal. So on X, what I may do to try to clean that up is, and I apologize for those of you that aren't verified on X, you don't have the paid X, but I may put it where only verified people with a check mark can answer or, you know, comment on my stuff, just because I'm sick of seeing all the crap. You know, on YouTube, I try to sit around and I try my best to clean all that up, right? The spam comments and stuff, but that gets tough, man. It's irritating. It's nonstop. On the YouTube videos, they'll spam like 100 at a time, and it's absolutely ridiculous. And yes, I can go in and block the word, and it's always some stupid coin called XA12835, and then they'll change a number in it or whatever, and it just gets ridiculous. So I apologize for those of you that see that stuff, but hopefully most of you that are around understand that's all just scam crap. But it's still, it just worries me, like a lot of new people, if they are new, just subscribe, they might see something like that and buy into that crap. So I try to keep it all deleted, but it gets overwhelming. All right, so anybody, let's see, what do we got here? New York Stock Exchange is going to pump. we'll see. At 10 o'clock, it may have a reversal. We'll see. What's it doing right now? Dumping, dumping, dumping. Everything's dumping. Is MicroStrategy dumping? No, but he is definitely at his resistance. And let's put this like this. I can't wait till this scam crap is over on the sailor crap. Let's see. So Nvidia, what's Nvidia doing? So we broke 100 again. Your next support for Nvidia is 84 or 88.40. If that breaks, you got 84.60. That could be the end of the bubble. If that does break, that could definitely signal tops are in for everything, which I think they are already, but I could be wrong. I'm zipping through. So the DXY broke 100. Your next line of support for the DXY is going to be right around here, 96. But if you zoom out into the big picture, let's look at the DXY zoomed out. Where is it? I just had it up. What the hell? I got to clean these charts up, guys. Is that it? Yeah, there's the DXY. That's not the one I want, though. Jesus. I literally just had the DXY right there. So really, it's about in the median, right? Everybody acts like the dollar's dead. It's never been this low. It's going low. It's been much lower than that. Just in 08, it was down to like 70, right? If we start getting down there and breaking there, then I might consider it's the dollar is unlived, right? But as of right now, I don't see much concern. I don't think the dollar's gonna go away forever. I just don't see a lot of people standing up for that either, if they was to try to do that. So let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think the dollar is going to be around for a long time? Coordinate, Team Black Coffee. Yes, sir. I'm a buyer of strategy when it is back to 17 to 20. You think, Tommy? I think $3 or $4. And I think it may be there for a long, long time, just like every other time. But you think you're going to get back down to these levels here? I'm thinking 2020 levels, back down to $4 or $5. But we'll see. I mean, can you imagine the people that bought into this crap and it gets down that low? They're all just going to eventually just sell, man. This is not a company. It's a gambling stock. It literally... Look up MicroStrategy. Look at the programs they make. It's all dead. It's done. It's no more. 3 or 4 sounds even better. Yeah, I mean, if you zoom in here, the same as it happened last time, right? I have no proof of it, but I'm pretty sure he sold a lot of his shit at the top. Pretty sure he sold a lot here, bought back here, sold a lot up here, still selling. Personal. He doesn't have to report his personal. People don't understand that. The company reports, but he don't. Is DXY going to bounce off long-term trend line on the daily or fall through? The DXY, are you talking about the one I just showed right here? Well, we'll see. It fell through a little bit here, and I don't even know if we can really count this as the trend line, right? I mean, in all reality, you could make a long-term trend line right here also. Say it gets all the way down to this level, right? So this was January of 21 where it bounced. Let's see what Bitcoin did in January 21, right? Go over here. Let's get in a bigger chart. January 21, November, June, January, March. Well, that's 20. January 21 right here. Bitcoin topped January 21, had a pullback while the DXY bottomed and pushed up. So, right here is here's our daily, right? That was our daily measured move. That's as long as this 89.1, 89.50, 89.2 area holds as resistance. We'll find out soon enough. And I know you guys are going to hear a lot about Bitcoin's decoupling from the stock market. Choose to believe whatever you want, but we've heard that over and over and over. It may decouple, quote unquote, for a week, a couple days, maybe even 2 weeks. But it's not like it's going to be a safe haven and everybody's running to it. If anything, it'll be a huge FOMO move, bull trap. We've seen it a million times. It would not surprise me. Let's look at gold again. How's gold doing? Where is gold? And why are my charts not lined up like I usually have them? Yeah, gold's had a hell of a run. That's pretty parabolic, though. That's pretty scary. Let's compare gold one time to, where are we at? Let's compare gold right here. Now, this is a weekly, right? So this gold run up ended in January of 1980. For shits and giggles, let's see what the Dow Jones did in January. Let's see what the dollar did in January 1980. Let's go to the weekly chart, just like we were in that, right? Let's see what the dollar did in January of 1980. Right here, dollar bottomed in the, well, kinda. It went up and still made another low in 1980 while gold just plummeted, and then the dollar cranked up till February 1985. Now, let's take a look at the Dow again, or the DXY. What the hell? Or gold. What'd I say it was? 2005? Or 85, I mean. So that would have been right in here, right? Pretty much at its low. Pretty interesting. Now let's see what happened with the Dow Jones during that time. What was that? February 80 or January 80, right? Let's go January. Let me go into a different chart. This ain't what I want to do. January 1980. Let's have a look. Go to the weekly. While we're in the weekly, I will show you guys my ending fifth wave diagonal, which I believe this is right here, with a huge correction coming. We'll know soon enough. Where's the 80s at? Right. Damn it. All right. January of 80. I'm assuming, nope. Nope. January of 80 was right here. Right here. We'll zoom in. January of 80 was right here. This top. Then it dropped. So basically, what I'm saying here is I think gold may push up to that next target, our high there, and then really come crashing down. So just be careful. Could see as high as that 37.75. Could it go up to 4K and wick up there? Possibly. This thing is definitely kicking, but be cautious because it's super parabolic there, guys. Is it almost 10 yet? Nope, we got 12 more minutes. So hit the 1 if you got your Prime ready and you're waiting for that promo code. Hit your 1 and let me know. Coordinate said 7K for gold. Man, you really got some high hopes for gold, huh? That would mean that this whole thing with the markets is going to take a long time to bottom. Gold is going to $900. Possible. I could see that. I could see maybe 1,200, right back to where it was in around the 2000s. 8 to 1,200. Golds, they make the gold in the labs? Possibly. I'm sure they can make it now. They can make diamonds that you can't really tell the difference. Fool's gold's a lot different than it used to be, right? They make gold in labs. It's possible. I don't disagree. I don't disagree with anything anymore. You know, starting to believe or starting to wonder what to and not to believe anymore. Because a lot of stuff that we thought to be true or whatever isn't true, and vice versa. And, you know, a lot of the so-called, I can't even think of what they're called, but conspiracy theories always have some truth to them. So, I don't know. I guess just don't watch the news, make up your own mind, and you'll probably be just fine. Alchemy. Morning, fellas. Just wanted to know your opinion. So is Litecoin going to get an ETF? And what did that do for Litecoin if approved? For one thing, nothing is going to run away by itself in long term other than maybe a little sporadic thing than Bitcoin. Everything relies on Bitcoin. Everything under Bitcoin relies on Bitcoin, period. Regardless of what anybody says, I don't believe any coin is going to do any good without Bitcoin doing well. Gold is a byproduct of a lot of these experiments we do with other elements. I mean, totally possible. Totally possible. What's up, Kells? How you doing, man? Got cooked yesterday. The trading, you mean? Yeah, I'm still in my loss right here. I'm a 47,000 loss. It's all good though. I may enter a short here between 88 and 89 on my BITUNIX account. Yeah, kind of funky holiday weekend. Didn't have, markets weren't open, so it was a 3-day weekend. A lot of people can, you know, playing crypto, right? Because nothing else is open. Had along and sold early. Oh, we created a whole entire row of elements in a lab. You yourself did? I don't know how to say your name, so I'm not going to try to say it. And got in a short and gave everything back. Yeah, weekends and holidays, man, can be dangerous. So I pretty much just stay put in mine. Plus more. Ouch. It happens, man. ECCE. Uh-oh, coffee's gone, guys. Coffee is gone. Damn it. Need to... Well, I don't know if we're going to get the 10 o'clock reversal or not today. For the stock markets, they're all looking pretty rough. Let me zoom back down to the 4-hour with the Dow. Get rid of this too while I'm at it. Woo! Dow's dropping pretty good. How many points are down now? Almost 500 points. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. But remember, let's watch and see if this reverses at 10. Gonna wait for another opening. In the 1960s, we started smashing elements into each other and creating more elements. Everything should dump more soon. Gold was a byproduct. I mean, that's definitely a possibility. Maybe that's where gold came when shit was crashed into the earth or something. I don't know. Humans can create elements, yes. I believe it. But they wouldn't want people to know that, right? 81 likes, 100 viewers. Thanks for all the likes and the views, guys. Appreciate it. Comets and meteors as well. Crashing into stuff, creating gold. That's what you're saying. That's interesting, very interesting. Can you check Tesla? Yeah, I can check Tesla. Oh, where is my Tesla chart? Right here. There we go. Remember what I said I thought Tesla was doing right here? It does look like a 5-wave structure, and we did hit our 4. 5th wave would get us down to about 151. It doesn't have to go that low, but it should break this low at least here. But you guys know I'm a buyer of Tesla between 40 and 60 bucks, somewhere in that area. I still believe we are headed there eventually, but right now we may get down and get a bounce at this 151 range if you're trading it, right? I'm not trading it, but I am looking to be a buyer much lower. Got inputs from Thursday, playing earnings, right on. 3 seconds and couldn't get it. Who got it? Who got the code? Congrats to somebody that got the promo code. I'm seeing more cyber trucks. They are interesting, but they need to have a range of 2,500 miles. Yeah, their range sucks, man. Especially if you're like going out in the mountains or if you're towing something. It's super suck. 2 seconds, but couldn't get it. Who got it? Who got it? Come on, tell us who you are. I want to know who got it. Who got the code? Somebody got it. Nobody's gonna tell us? You're just gonna take your code and run? Come on. That's rude. Rude. 4 more minutes. We're gonna see if this stock market turns around or not. Let's go back over to Dow Jones. We're gonna keep a close eye on the Dow. Maybe UT Sav or Ralph. You just said over Ralph. one of them's all excited, probably putting a trade in or something. I don't know. 3 minutes. Let's keep an eye on this. Once there's a 2,500 mile range EV, the market will go wild. EV on the downturn. Until then, in my opinion, it's a novelty. Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. And just to, you see the horror stories of people having one and it ends up having a bad battery, and the battery costs half or 2/3 of what the car costs. So it doesn't make sense, right? And it's not going to last. It's not like people that know how to work on stuff can just go out in their garage and fix their electric car when the battery's bad or whatever. It's just not, it's not feasible, right? I don't know. I just see it being a huge cost for a long time. You're sure, Savvy, the code is valid? Maybe they test it before giving it to you, so gives the error. No, it's valid. They're all valid. The codes are valid. Somebody didn't do it. Somebody ain't telling us. If the dude can shoot rockets into the sky, how can he not have a 2,500 mile range EV? There's a lot of weird stuff going on, right? A whole lot of weird stuff, right? So shoots the rockets up and they blow up all the time, before going wherever, but yet they can send a rocket spaceship to go pick up astronauts that are further away than where the rockets explode. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. A Tesla robot will fix your car. No more technicals, boys, because someone got it before you did. Yes, someone already used the code. I think he was Nikhil or whatever said the same thing last time. Every time. You have to be the first to put the code in. I explained it every time. It is almost 10 o'clock. We're going to put into a smaller time frame. Let's go into the 10 seconds. And we got 3 seconds. Will it reverse from here? We are on the 10-second chart, guys. Let's see if it reverses. Think about how terrible handymen and mechanics markets will be with these robots. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's going to be crazy. No, this time I try again and used a little get a message. Someone used it. Message, but I keep getting invalid. Yeah, I don't know. It was valid though, I can tell you. They're good promo codes, so. Or copy and paste the promo code directly into the promo code field. Please check for any errors when entering your promo code or copy and paste. I'll check it right now, honestly. And I'll post it again. I will look at it and post it. How about that? Let's see. Did it start with E and end with K? I'm gonna do it again. You can double check it, but I'm sure it was a good code. There it is. You can check it again. It was a good code because I got it right here. So it was used if it ain't working, period. There's no way it couldn't be. Oh, no reversal, just straight down. Gotta love it. Rough day for stocks, guys. Woo-wee. How many points is it down? Stock markets are like shit coins lately, man. It's crazy. 653 points. Trump ramps up attacks on Powell, demands loser Fed chair lowers rates now. Holy crap, that's hilarious, man. Donna said it says already activated. There you go, already activated. Yep. The selected promo code has already been activated. There you go. Someone not showing up. They took it and rolled out. Punks. It's all good. Man, so just curious in the chat. Let me know your thoughts on the Trump and Powell thing, right? So with the lowering rates, do you think Trump's going to fire him and hire someone to lower rates for him? Or do you think they're just going to keep this mirage up? Pot's cooked for too long. Rates meaning nothing. Yeah, I believe the only way to actually save all this is to raise rates. That way you make a more powerful dollar, right? You can't just loan out a bunch of free money. That's what lower rates does. It makes it easy for people to buy stuff and get loans and then just print more money and inflate to infinity, right? Nobody can even afford anything anyway at that point. So I believe they need to raise the rates. Honestly, that would fix a lot of this crap. It would clean the markets up. It would get rid of all the garbage, all the companies, so-called companies that are just over leveraged and running on borrowed money, and they have to keep borrowing money to stay alive. Let them get washed out, clean it out, man. Get a real market going again. Not a bunch of BS and a bunch of CEOs that their job is literally now just to get you to buy the stock. That's what a CEO's job is anymore. Raise rates to like 15%. Yes. That would be the way. He can't fire Jerome. He can make his life miserable. Like I said, it's all just a show, I think, anyway. That's the thing. They don't want good things. They want pandemonium. Yeah, but eventually there's forced hands, right? That's how the economy works, right? There's going to be forced hands to make things right eventually, or everything goes to hell and then it's just pure chaos and we don't even have a country or anything anymore, which I don't see that happening. Powell will be the new pump and dump. Oh man, you gotta love these markets. What are we down 680 now? What a beautiful day in the markets. What's Bitcoin doing? Oh, Bitcoin's down a little bit, a little tiny bit. We're only down 45,000 instead of 47 now. Whoop, whoop. Should I throw in a little short here? Let's do a little one just for shits and giggles. Cross 40 and 75x. Let's do it. Let's open a short here. Bam. See what happens with that. Just because I'm playing with that account, no big deal. Savvy, you should do a test one day and title your videos, "Oh my God, Bitcoin is gonna hit 300K in 3 months." I've done that stuff in the past, and yeah, it gets a lot of views, but it just gets a lot of negativity too. So I don't even care to do it, right? So I'm not gonna bullshit just to get views. That's just not how I am. Powell shorting the markets. Could be Powell and all his buddies, right? Definitely a possibility. I mean, Trump could be too. Who knows? They might all be on the same page, and this is all just a show, and they are making a shit ton of money. Like I said, I've been talking about this for years, saying it's going to be the biggest money grab in history, and I literally think that's what's happening. It's the biggest money grab in history that we're witnessing right now, in slow motion, right? It could take 2 to 3 years to bottom out. It could be a year, could be 2, could be 3, and then it might be decades of sideways action before it even starts going up again. But like I said, back here, it took, what, 28 years to reach this all-time high again. 28 years. So if you bought anywhere from like right here up, you were ass out for a long time in a loss. So that should have been an April Fool's title. Yeah, I probably should have done it. I thought about it, but like I said, I don't know. I don't like doing that shit. YouTube frowns on that too. So if you make a video and then the algorithm picks up that it was bullshit and you didn't really talk about what it said or whatever, or enough people complain, you can get penalized for it. What's up, Quarter Crawler? I would like to see Powell's account, right? Let's see if he's actually shorting markets and stuff. It is funny, though, that Trump calling him names and stuff, just little kid stuff. It's pretty weird. Pretty strange, the things that happen nowadays. So are we going to hit that 38.1 area? And if it breaks that, is it going to be a swift move to the downside, down to our next target? Woo! I don't think this would be quick, right? This could take months and months and months, but I showed you guys a million times, and I'm going to show you again. We'll put it on the 3-day chart just so you can see it better. But ending fifth wave right here. Yeah. The measured move, it should get us down to about 20,800. But if we do like a huge correction, much lower. This would be 19. This would be Great Depression stuff all over again, right down here. Trump can't short his real estate. Prove it to me, Trump. His real estate will go down. If these markets go down, real estate's going to get hit even harder. And I think it's actually getting hit pretty hard right now. I haven't really been paying too much attention in the last month or so with real estate, but I don't think it's doing all that well. Still waiting for it 68K for BTC as take profit. I'm 70K I'm waiting on. What is going on? Oh, my nephew's calling me. All right, guys, I think I am going to head out. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Let's take one last look at the Dow Jones, S&P. Let's see. Dow is... You know what? I need to go into the daily on here. Let's go into the 4-hour on the Dow. Dow's still coming down, and we're past 10 o'clock, so it's still only 10:08. It can still reverse, but S&P's still coming down. Nasdaq still coming down. Bitcoin, we're at 46,000 loss, so still Bitcoin's still just lingering in there. Remember, I'm looking for possibly getting up to this 89. I'll enter another Bitcoin short there, and possibly another one if we make it up to 91. If we pass that, I'm gonna be ass out. I'm gonna get out of that trade and look for this 96, 97, actually 97,000 range. But they got to break these guys. The RSI is pretty high here. If we go from, is there any divergence here? Let's look at this on the 4 hour. No, not really. No divergence showing yet. We might get one more push up here. Like I said, get a rejection here, see where the close is after that, and then look for some divergence. But right as of right now, there is no divergence on the top here. So, okay. Thanks, guys. Please include real estate in your lives as well. I'll do that, Fahad. I'll start getting into the real estate stuff more. I was a while back. I was watching it really close, but I've since kind of calmed off of that. But I will definitely start looking into the real estate prices, how long stuff's on the market, things like that, and kind of how the market's doing. I've noticed in my area things were priced extremely high, and it's not looking like it's quite as high anymore. We'll have to keep a close eye on it. I have noticed a lot of things because the prices were so bubbled in real estate that homeowners insurance had to go way up because of the value of the house, and then a lot of people got their taxes raised. So a lot of weird crap going on there, which makes it more and more expensive to own your own home. So, but anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for all the likes. You guys rock, and I will see you in the next one. I might do a market close video today if it's interesting. Let me know in the comments if you want to see a market close video today, and